today's Zoom. The team behind this Zoom is RoyalQ Team Digital Good. Welcome. If you are listening to us from any part of the country, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching us from. Okay, so before we start, we would like to know if we have any new. If you are new to this business, you have not started yet. You were told about the business and you came to listen what we have to say about the business, because I found out that some people will say, you did not tell me everything about this business before I started. That is why RoyalQ Team Digital Gold, we have a prospect group where we advise our members to add prospects there, so that we will be as we are organizing our daily Zoom, we drop the link in the Zoom. So this new prospect, they can come in. We are very plain, and we explain this business with to a layman, that the layman's understanding. We explain it and tell you without sugarcoating anything. So please, is there any new prospects that don't have the robots that came here for the first time to listen to this amazing business? Please use the chat. If you look below your Zoom, you'll see chat. Click on it and you can just write new. If you are new, if you are joining us for the first time to listen to this amazing business, just click on new. Then, so I think it's like we don't have any new prospects. Yeah, so we we'll be starting the topic of today, moving into the business of today. Okay, since we are all members here. Okay, today's topic is what to expect when using this newly strategy. So before I go into what to expect, I would like, because someone sent me a video and I watched it, and the lady made that video since last year, and the lady was saying the reasons. The name of the video was "Reasons Why I Stopped Using RoyalQ," and the number one reason she said was lies, that they were lied. The person that introduced her to the business lied to her, and that the person said she will not experience loss. Okay, that was her number one. Say that, but when she started, she was having loss. She was showing floating loss, and she was calling it loss. Okay, number two, she said the business depend on referral. That's her number two. Number three, she said the business is not for as in everybody. There are some persons that the business is for. Number four, she said they told her that once you start, you don't need any experience. The robots will do the whole thing for you. Okay, that is the four things. And she said she's the kind of person that is very busy. You understand? She's very busy, and they told her that once she just start, the robot will be doing it for her. So that was the fourth thing she said why she left RoyalQ. So that was why going forward, any of my own, I will have to point out these four things. I pray I will be attending all our prospect Zoom where we'll have new members, because I believe the business is the business. There's nothing like sugarcoating it. We have been here going to 5 years now. So there's nothing like sugarcoating. The business, when you start the business, you have to run the business for 1 year. 1 year, you pay subscription for 1 year. It's just like when you want to start a provision store, you rent the shop for 1 year. You have to do business in that shop for 1 year. If you are the type that you don't have time to even look at your robots, RoyalQ is not for you. If you are the type that you want to do Ponzi scheme, that you don't need to do anything, you just want to easy click, RoyalQ is not for you. RoyalQ is like you starting up a provision store business. That is the first thing you should tell someone that wants to join this business. RoyalQ is a provision, it's just like you starting up a provision store. Nobody will just start a provision store business and go and sleep. It's not possible. It's a business. It's not a easy click. Provision store can never be easy click because you will know how to manage the business. It's a business people have bought houses from. It's a business people have bought cars from. People have bought lands from. It's a business people are going on vacation from. So it's not an easy click, and the business have lasted more up to going to 5 years now. So it's not an easy click business. It's not a Ponzi scheme. So anybody that will tell you that I just want to start and put money and go and be seeing big money as profit, RoyalQ is not for you. RoyalQ is the business like you starting a provision store. If you cannot give it 2 hours daily, if you cannot give your provision store 2 hours, even if you put sales there, if you cannot give your business 2 hours daily to know what is happening, then you know that your provision store business will collapse. That is the fourth one. So RoyalQ is not for lazy people. You understand? So she's correct on the fourth part. RoyalQ is not for everybody because there are some people that they just want easy click. We are organizing Zoom 8:30 to 9:30. That is 1 hour every day. How is that hard? For a business you want to buy a car from a business you want to build a house from a business that you want to see it as a source of income, generational income coming in. Is that a business that you cannot devote 2 hours to daily? But you can go to your work, your 9 to 5 work, and you'll be paid salary. In the future, when your strength fails you, because sometimes it's normal, our strength do fail when we work. If you don't attend work, that your job for 2 months, they will stop paying your salary, or they will half your salary because you are not coming to work. But this is a business that is an online. Even when I was in the hospital, I still operate my RoyalQ. What is there that you cannot give your business 2 hours a day? Okay, so that's I've answered the number two. Then she is saying that RoyalQ is all about yes, there is, because of the rewards RoyalQ give the person just sell the business lies just for the person. The person is so interested in just referring her, as in registering her, so the person can get the reward. The person did not explain the business well. So you see that misconception. Getting rewards for introducing a business to someone, it's not a crime. It's not a bad thing. Kuda, most of the companies, they do rewards when you introduce someone. Opay is doing it now. Give you link, let your friend open with your link to create account for Opay, and Opay will give you, I think it's 6,300, and it's one time. So why is it that when it comes to RoyalQ online business, people start talking down because of RoyalQ gives a reward if you introduce someone to the business? It's because it's the way you sell the business. If I sell RoyalQ to you, you can never tell me that I'm selling it because of the rewards. If I introduce RoyalQ to you, I am introducing RoyalQ to you so that you can be among my team member. You can work as a team to to harness the internet, harness the crypto world. If I sell RoyalQ to you, You will not see that it's because of the $30 I want to get. That is how I'm selling it to you. I'm selling it to you because I want you to be financially free. Because I've tested it and it's 5 years. So if I'm selling it to you, I'm not selling it because of that reward I want to get. If you mention the reward, I will give you point as in reasons why the reward system is being adopted by all. Mention a company that does not have this reward system. Do you know that if I go to a depot, Dangote depot now, and I told the manager that I have a client that wants to buy 10 trailer loads of cement. I want to bring the person wants to buy 10 trailer load of cement, but this is my commission. Do you know that the manager there will easily give me commission from bringing that customer? So what is the big deal? Why someone will be saying is because of the referral, you are selling the business wrong. So please, when we want to sell RoyalQ, see the person that you want the person to be your team member. Explain the business well to them. This is a business that the developers they are not sleeping. They are working 24/7 to make sure they are bringing up new innovations. Okay, this is the problem we are facing with the robot. They will work. They are working to bring in. They have brought in so many updates to make these robots better. One of the updates they brought is what we want to discuss today, the MACD. The MACD strategy is one of the updates because of that floating loss that woman in that video was complaining of, that she called floating loss. She called it she lost money using RoyalQ, whereas she was the one that could not wait for the period of that. She was the one that could not wait for the period of that 1 year. She went because of the float, her trades went down. She sold it because she wants easy click. She don't want to stress herself to even learn how the business works. So she went to her Binance to sell off. That is the loss she was talking about, the loss. Because if you rent the robots to do business for you for 1 year, why will you go to your Binance to close the business when a trade, the robot is a trade is some trades are ongoing? Why will you go and end it? Floating loss, unrealized loss, like I used to call it. That is what Binance call it. RoyalQ have also changed their own to unrealized loss and unrealized profits. It's part of sports trading. So if I said RoyalQ to you, I will make sure that that's the first thing you understand. That is the first thing you will understand, that in the business we am telling you to come and join me, we experience unrealized loss and unrealized profits. Why it is moving, changing, that is how the robot will be making profits, be keeping our profits, using our capital. Capital will float down, capital will float up. If it floats up, it gives us profits. So what comes about this huge floating loss, this huge unrealized loss? This woman was saying she lost because maybe she has gone to I'm coming. She has gone to sorry, she has gone to sell off her trade. I'm coming. It- okay, so she has gone to sell the trade by herself. That is why she is saying she lost with RoyalQ. So depending on how you market the business, sell this business, you want a team member to come and join you. You don't need to sugarcoat anything. Please, I would like you to join this business. You are just starting. There's no how I will tell you everything, but we do organize daily Zoom. The ones you can watch just 1 hour. At least as you're watching it, you'll be getting more knowledge, because the team of RoyalQ, they also update this their app. Like today, we are going to discuss MACD that they added. MACD was added because how the robot works is that once you start a trade, normally, the robot will start the trade with the current price, whether it is up or whether it is low. Remember, if you are a novice, you introducing the business that the robot buys coin low and sell at a high price, you are wrong. If before MACD came, you want to introduce RoyalQ and you say the robot buys low and sell at a higher price, you might you can be rude. Someone can say you are wrong, because if Bitcoin is at 101 now, and a novice, you introduce someone to the business and the person starts trading Bitcoin when Bitcoin is at 101, we already know that Bitcoin at 101 is high. It's high price for Bitcoin if you look at the markets. So if you say the robot buys low and the person is starting Bitcoin at 101, what if Bitcoin now reduced to 70 something that it was coming from? So you see why MACD was introduced. That is why MACD was introduced, because with MACD, it will make sure that it can only start a trade when coins is down. You see, the update of MACD now will now help you. That your statement you have been saying, the RoyalQ artificial intelligence robot helps us to buy coin when it's low and sell at when it's high, is MACD you are talking about. Because one of my team member that started trading, she has made profit. I think when Bitcoin increased, that 101, is it the day before yesterday or yesterday? 5 coins she's trading. No one has the robot did not resume any of those 5 coins. Those 5 coins are just there waiting. The robot is waiting for when the prices of those coins will come down, so that it will reduce the floating loss. So you see, with this MACD now, nobody will now come and be showing I'm having huge unrealized loss. I'm having huge unrealized loss. Because if you are using MACD on cycle, the robot will not. Let me tell you how the huge floating loss comes to play. Apart from maybe you start a trade and there's there's wrong or bad information in the market and the coin crash, maybe all markets just bleed. Apart from that, what happens when you are using the robot normally to trade and you see that you are trading on cycle and the coin starts going up, the robot will once you start, as the coin is going up, the robot will sell and the robot will buy at that high price. It will wait until the coin goes up again. The robot will sell at that higher price. It will buy again at that higher price and wait until the coin goes up again. You see, the robot is buying and selling at a more higher prices. Now, if the coin now do 40% pump, your robot will be doing buying and selling, buying at the higher price. Now, normally, crypto will go up and crypto will come down. It has increased by 40%. You have enjoyed 40% profit. Because of you are using your normal trade, your normal settings, the robots will buy that last one at that 40%. And that coin, when that coin drops, you will not be on minus 40% unrealized loss. So you see where it's coming from. The person now will not be talking about the profits he has gotten. The person will not be talking about the profits he has gotten from that high price buying and selling. The person will not be talking about the floating, the unrealized loss. So when MACD was introduced, so that is why we said if you are using MACD, you are not after fast profits. When you are using MACD helps you to preserve your capital. It only involves your capital when that price of coins has gone down lower than the golden line of MACD in the chart. It must make sure for the lines to cross down to the golden line, it means that that coin has gone down, the price has reduced before MACD will start. So you see, now some people that have tried it, some few people that have tried it, they are saying, my robot does not involve my capital. You see, this life, we cannot have it all. So that is why we have showed you the 3 strategies. Use any one that will suit you, because everybody have preferences. When you use MACD, your capital will be preserved. It will not trade all the time. And if it does not trade all the time, you will not be making profits all the time. But the joy of MACD is that anytime you want your capital, 98% times you will want your capital, you will get it full. Whereas if you are using the normal one, you might be making profit. But anytime you want that your capital, you might not get it complete, because that coin your trades must have been in reasonable unrealized loss. And maybe you have an emergency that you need your capital. You will start saying you have lost money using RoyalQ. Whereas it's the strategy you decided to use because you wanted fast profits. So let's know it and know what our preference is, so that we can know the approach, the strategy to use. I hope you are following. So because of that floating, because that is what people that don't want those easy click people that was looking for Ponzi scheme, they like easy click money. When they come to RoyalQ and they don't get that kind of fast money, they don't want to do anything, but they want the fast money. When they don't get that reaction, they will just go and stop their trades and they will say, RoyalQ, I lost money. So because it's for those kind of persons, you will just activate MACD for them. Their capital is there. If the robot has made them $1, if the robot has made them $2, if they go to their Binance, they will see their capital and the $2. So anytime if they don't want, if what they came in mind is Ponzi scheme, fast profits, anytime they decide to stop, they will not start talking that they lost money in RoyalQ. It's better that the robots preserve your capital while it waits for your trades to come down, so that it can buy it at a cheaper price. So that is these are the things you'll be seeing when using MACD. These are the things you'll be seeing when using MACD. Now it also it will now boils down to that team building. It will boil down to that team building. There's no how you want to survive in this life that you can do it on your own. That your 9 to 5 job you are doing, you are not the only employee in the company. Your boss employed so many persons. You people are his team members. You are providing services, he's paying you salary. Your services you are providing is giving him wealth. That is the logic. You are the boss in your RoyalQ. You should try and get your team members, because you might be trading 2, 3, 4 coins with MACD, and that your 4 coins did not go down, and MACD, the robot did not start the trade did not resume that trade because you are using MACD. So that day you are not making profits. Your capital is just intact. The robot is monitoring the market. If you have team members that are trading different coins with MACD, their own trades might peak and they will make profit that day. So you see, it's not about referring. RoyalQ is not about referring, it's about building team members. Your employee in your 5 to 9, all of you are team members. Those people, the colleagues working for your CEO, you are team members. So why don't you have team members in the business? So that anytime your own trade did not start, your team member own will start and you make profit. I don't know if my downline Ifeanyi is here. Ifeanyi started, and he started with, I think, 1 coin on MACD. And he has referred, the day he started, like the next day, he referred his prospects. And the lady started trading 3 coins. Later, she added 2 more with the MACD using 480 capital, but she said she will increase. So that is why I set up 5 community coins for her. Do you know that if I own, because of 1 coin I set for him with MACD, if I instead have not even started, I've not made profit for him yet, but his team member own has made profits, and if I has made commission from the trade of the team member. So you see, it's not about referring, it's about winning from the market. If because of my capital is small, I'm trading 1 coin, or because of the coin I'm trading has gone up and it is delaying to come down, I did not make profit that day. What stops me from getting reward, small commission from my team members that their own trade is down and the robot have started trading for them? So what stops me from making commissions from them? The way you sell your business, there's no way, I will repeat it, there's no way I will sell RoyalQ to you that you will feel that it's because of referral, or I will lie to you. I will tell you, the business is crypto, and the nature of crypto is very volatile. Volatility means it changes in value. Unlike gold does not change rapidly, but crypto changes rapidly. Your $100 capital can float down, but with the help of the MACD now, it will be reduced. But you will not be making profit. Like, you only make profit when the robot starts that trade and the coin increase. That is when you make profit. But anytime MACD is observing the conditions and it has not started that trade, you are not going to make profits. So you only make profit when that coins come down and MACD start the coin at a cheaper price, so that when the coin increase, the robot sells and make profits for you. Simple. So if your trade is on cycle and the coin pumps and refuse to come down, MACD will not start that trade for you. Because if it starts the trade for you at that high price, you will get huge floating, unrealized loss, and you will come tomorrow and say you lost from RoyalQ. Whereas you are the one that went to Binance to sell. an ongoing trade. So I believe we should take questions. This is 9 o'clock. So we have 30 minutes to interact, take questions on on everything I've said now. If it's on the team building, if it's on the MACD, just general, so that anytime you see video online, you know what to reply. You know what you are doing. That is the business. Okay, so I'm going to take questions now. I'm going to take questions now. So if you have questions, either you use the reaction and raise your hand so that we'll ask you to unmute so you can speak to answer your question, or yes. Then if you don't want to speak with us, you can use the chat. You can now chat. I will read it out. Okay. Okay. So Temi said the lady is also a thief too. so they they sold a lie to you and you believe it because you are a liar. Simple. Okay. Leader Ocean said Obi Franklin, they collect 10% for linking buyers and customers. So it's normal. It's normal to get reward for being a middleman. You understand? It's normal. Even house agent, the house you are staying, someone that is not the landlord looked for the house for you, and you paid the agent's commission. So what is there that I'm introducing you to a business and you are telling me that, yeah, the person will have right to tell you that you're after the referral if you don't introduce the business well. So that is it on another thought. Okay. So Temi said, did the person put a knife on your neck? Okay, but at least it's a part of cryptocurrency. That is what. Okay. Okay. Incognito says, RoyalQ is genius. I have been in floating loss for over a week, minus 24%. That is unrealized loss, minus 24%. But currently, it has increased. It has improved to -6. So before you know it, you are in profits and the robot will sell and make and take profits for you. Thank you. Very supreme. Yes, exactly. Okay. Okay, he said green don't show now 4% currently. Okay, so the coin is increasing. Okay, Prosper said, for example, if you already have a coin in deep and you want to introduce MACD, can you also use MACD on margin calls or only in entry price? Can I use MACD to open margin calls in the coin that's already in deep? If you want to use MACD, if you watch, it's on the first buy trigger price. If your trade is ongoing, you can just do your MACD settings. MACD will start affecting when the next cycle for that trade wants to start. Okay, MACD helps you to to enter at a good entry price. That is MACD. Helps you to enter at a good entry price. Okay, but you can set it if that trade is on cycle so that when next the robot wants to activate the next cycle, MACD condition will be checked. Okay, so okay. So another thing about the MACD, this strategy is that if you are using it, you should also use the default of the margin calls. The default, that is the times should be the double up. You should not change it. That is, if your first buy is $10 now. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me explain. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen? Ago.
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the homepage of RoyalQ, and I want to show you the double up so that, and I will explain. Thought I saw Ago today. Ago, okay. So I understand. I'll click create, Martin Gee strategy. So when this is the interface of your trades. This is the home page for your trades. The trades Ago. This is the home page. So you click on trade settings, manually create, then you come to the advanced settings. Okay, no, and this for the advanced settings when you want to trade trigger, you want to set the MACD. Okay, so the first buy triggering condition, trigger price, you can see it here. You change it to MACD. Okay, the golden cross, the line should be lower than 0. The MACD is very simple to set, so this is just what you set for MACD. So the double up is when you enter the margin configuration. So you can see it's double up. The first buy is 2, the times is 2, the second call is 4, the third call is 8, the fourth call is 16, the fifth call is 32. The reduction, MACD will wait when the coin reduce before it will start. So you might not even use more than 5 or more than 4 margins. Since your first buy will be 10, since your first buy amount is 10, so your first margin is 10 times 2, your second margin is 10 times 4, your third margin will be 10 times 8. So even if it's 3 margin you want to use, you know that with $150 you have covered 3 margins. So because of the robot will wait, let your coin reduce before it will start, covering 3.5 drop plus 4 drop, which is 7.5, plus 4.5, which is 12% dip. That is what your 3 margins can cover, 12% reduction. So it's okay, because if you want to include the fourth one, it will be 10 times 16, which is 160 plus that 160 plus 150, which will give us 310. So even with 310, you can cover 17.2% dip using the double up. So the one of this the advantage of using this double up is that it helps increase your USDT quantity. When you increase your USD quantity inside the trades, it will reduce the entry price. If you bought the bag of rice at 80,000 before, and bag of rice now reduced to 60, maybe you bought one bag of rice 80,000, but in the market now bag of rice is selling at 60,000. You know that first one bag you bought at 80 you cannot sell. But if you go to the market and buy that bag of rice that they are selling at 60, you bought like 2 at 60. Do you know that if you decide to sell the 3 at 70,000, that first one you bought at 80, if you decide to sell it at 70, you will not lose. You will not lose. So because of the average price, now because of the 2 you bought at 60,000 and you bought 2, the average price now, the price for that rice you bought that first one is no more 80,000 now. The price average has reduced because the profit you will make from selling the 60,000, 70, the 60,000 bag of rice, 2 of them 70, it will use to cover the reduced price. Now you want to sell that bag of rice. Even if you sell that bag of rice you bought at 80,000, if you sell it at 7,000, you will not lose in the business. So that is the history. That is the, how will I put it, technology or the logic behind the double up. It helps you to reduce your average entry price. It makes the trades to choose your your unrealized loss. If your unrealized loss is, you start the trade with $10, and that $10 has reduced, the first buy has reduced by 3.5 for this your first call to buy. The robot will now use times 2 of that your first buy. It will now use $20 and buy that coin again. Remember, we told you that when you use 100% of the USDT inside the coin to do manual replenishment, you are reducing, we said you are reducing the floating loss by half. Now imagine you are using times 2. You are using 200%. Instead of you to use $10 to buy the first margin, you are using $20. And you are using times 2 of the USDT there inside. So that your floating loss will reduce more than 50%. If your floating loss is minus 3.5 and you do it, your floating loss will now go back to minus 1 point something. Immediately your robot buys this your first margin call because of your doubling up. So you see, the same thing happen when this coin, your first buy, that it means that if it buys your first buy, it means that that coin has dropped by 3.5. But what you'll be seeing there will be like 1 point something. If the coin now drops again by 4% to activate this your second buy, instead of 3.5 plus 4, which is 7.5, it will reduce it again. You might see only 2 point something reduction, floating loss. So you see, you see the technology, you see the logic behind using the double up. Most people are not in this zone. Those people saying, I started RoyalQ with 1,000, is in my Binance is remaining 65, $650. It has reduced to $650. They are not here to get this knowledge. This new strategy RoyalQ just added a business you paid for to do 1 year because of the reduction, because of where cryptocurrencies are volatile, because of a reduction, you have stopped attending the knowledge class where you get new things about the business you are doing, where you get new updates of the patch to better your trading experience. You have stopped attending Zoom. So why do people always give up on a genuine business and normally any genuine business takes time to grow? Coca-Cola sold only 10 bottles in the first year. If it's most of us that is Nigerian that handled Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola will not they will not stand that first year. Because do you know how much they invested in the first year? So look at it. If it's a Nigeria that handled Coca-Cola, I don't think Coca-Cola will stand the test of time, because a Nigerian man will just give up and the Nigerian man will just close the business. Okay, so I think let me go back to the questions. Okay. Okay, NSA, recently Nigerian government announced that policy scheme will not be entertained in the country anymore. To this effect, I will want to answer some questions. Number one, is RoyalQ regulated or licensed by any financial or security authorities in Nigeria or any country in the world? Yes, RoyalQ is registered in Singapore. Okay, that is where the company is based. Okay, and is licensed there with their finance. Remember, your capital is not with RoyalQ, your capital is with Binance. And Nigerian government and Binance, I think they have their understanding, because they have said we can go ahead to trade cryptocurrencies and make money from there. Okay, so number two is, what happens to a user's fund if RoyalQ as a company faces legal action on cease operation? Users' funds are not in RoyalQ. Users' funds are in the exchange, be it Binance, Huobi, KuCoin. So users' funds are not in RoyalQ. They are not in RoyalQ. So if RoyalQ faces any lawsuit or case, it is in their best interest to clear themselves up and resume functionalities. If not, RoyalQ as a company will lose money because RoyalQ is a service providing company. They don't hold your capital. So they provide services, they provide trading services. So number three, what legal protections or guarantees do users have when using RoyalQ? Your protection, your guarantee is that your money is in your exchange. Only you have access to. Okay. Number four, some users describe RoyalQ as having a strong referral-based compensation structure. How sustainable is their model without new users joining? Yes, because it's only in RoyalQ that after 1 year you have to renew your subscription. So if new users did not join, old users have to renew their subscription after 1 year, and the whole thing, the whole commission you get from in the, as in from the starting, you also get it when the old users renew. Okay, so with that, that is how RoyalQ has been sustained for more than 4 to 5 years now, because we have had old members in the bear season, they left, but they are back now in the bull season. So RoyalQ has been sustained all through since 2021 it was introduced to the world. Okay, number five, has RoyalQ experienced any application security breach or unauthorized access incidents in the past? If so, how were they handled, and how long did it took to be rectified? RoyalQ has never experienced any security breach, but recently, I think last month or last 2 months, RoyalQ informed us that people were doing laundering. They use their RoyalQ address to receive money into the wallet, whereas money that should come into RoyalQ should just be for your shop rent. That is the robot subscription, which is $120, and your gas fees. That is the two money that should enter RoyalQ. But they find out that people are sending huge amounts into their RoyalQ account, and before you know, they'll move it out to another exchange. So they suspect money laundering. So RoyalQ now implemented, they update. I told you that RoyalQ team, they work 247. RoyalQ now came up with a 24 hours uh, withdrawal restriction. A 24 hours withdrawal restriction, meaning any money that enters the RoyalQ, you cannot pull it out immediately. You must wait for 24 hours. And under the 24 hours, RoyalQ will investigate the money, okay, to make sure that you are using it for trading purposes as gas fees, okay? So, okay, Mr. Oladapo said, hello, George. Please, can you do illustration of the MACD settings for our members to see how it works? Yes, I've done it. I shared my screen and I showed how the setting is. It's just simple. When you have done with your settings, you go to the advanced option and you set the first trigger price to MACD. Then you make the golden line to be lower than 0. That is just it. Okay. So Ifoma said the Zoom meeting should be organized for first impression matters. Most of the invited prospects end up withdrawing after experiencing inconveniences during the Zoom as a result of inconsistent network, proper explanation, or the likes. I think I will take that question again. The Zoom meeting should be organized for first impression matters. Most of the invited prospects end up withdrawing after experiencing inconveniences during the Zoom as a result of. Please, what kind of inconveniences do they
That one is
experience?
for you, that Temitope. That Temitope, that's
Oh,
for you. Okay?
okay.
So you are saying you should work on
No, we
your
have
on your
we have we have correct we have addressed that. I think it will not repeat itself again.
that Temitope, I
Okay.
hope you are there. And don't keep us waiting for too long.
That was only just once now, and I literally apologized to that, and that was my gift that was connecting to my to
Temitope,
my
don't keep calculating for too long.
so what's the that's the first impression? All these amazing Zoom. Didn't see that one. We didn't talk about it. The amazing presentation. You know, a lot of testimony I've gotten from a lot of people that they have listened to my presentation and it's enough for them
That,
to say yes to the
that
So
Temitope.
we should talk about that. We'll talk about the last one because of the
Okay,
little
we can continue. So, I think, okay, this is to you, Mr. NS. Every question you answer was answered. Please go through it. Okay. Thank you. Okay. It can be for me, just one day. Okay. So please, is there any other question you'd like to unmute your mic? You'd like to speak to us? Would you like to speak to us? I think this is 9:30. I think we should be calling it a day. And please, what you for your new prospects, we have for your new partner that join. Please tell them to advise them to watch the Zoom on the MACD strategy, the one shot strategy, the hit and run strategy, and the normal martingale strategy. Please advise them to watch so they will know, because some person's preference might be they are only after profits. They don't care if their capital dips hugely, but they just want to be seeing profit. Why some they are after their capital, they just want to be making small profits. Why some want to do the hit and run, they are gamblers and they are risk takers. So know the prospects you are bringing in and show them the video. Okay, go and watch this video. It's just 1 hour. Then you come back, you ask them the 3 questions. Which one is your preference? You want this one, you want that one, you want this one. Which one do you want? Anyone they choose, you set up for them and they get the results they desire. So please, and please, okay, NS, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, Leader George, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, sorry, I want to add to
Please,
what
can you speak up?
Rita Ifoma
I
is.
don't think I can hear you well. Oh.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, I actually wanted to add on what Rita Ifoma is suggested. Okay, I think I've experienced in some occasions where we are having our prospect meeting and the network is very bad. Like it's a network issue. Apart from that, the waiting time, but especially the network one, I think in such a case, another person should take up the meeting. Another person that is having a very better network, because there are cases that I invited somebody and the network was bad. The person left. Until today, the person never joined again. Do you understand? So I think I'm only suggesting if the person
Okay.
presenting is having a network issue, the next person available should just take it up. You understand? It will help because people make out their time to come and know exactly what is happening here. And at the end of the day, they won't even learn anything. They won't even understand what the person is saying because of network issue. So that's why I'm bringing up this suggestion to help to handle the situation. Thank you. Then secondly, you said this RoyalQ is registered in Singapore. I've read in some papers where they said it has not been registered. So I don't know how authentic the information I read is from. I don't know if you can react to that.
RoyalQ office is in Singapore. That is why the time zone is +8 if you are in Nigeria. They use Singapore's time. So they are based
No,
in Singapore.
I'm talking about the financial registrations, not the time or the base.
Is RoyalQ
Like
with your capital?
no, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking about the registration of the business. I'm not
You're
asking
asking
about
about
the
the
person.
financial. Financial is about money. Money, RoyalQ does not keep our money.
Please, I think I want to come in. RoyalQ is a tool. RoyalQ is a tool. If they decide tomorrow they are not offering their services, you can't do them anything. It's like MTN. If MTN decide that, in Nigeria, we are closing down, we are shutting down our service, you can't go and draw them. You can't go and hold them. It's not by force. If they decide that this is where, we want to stop, it's just a tool. Where your money is Binance, and is Binance regulated. Yes, it's allowed. You can use Binance in Nigeria. So you cannot.
I got your argument. Most of us have a huge amount of money in the gas fee. That's why we're asking the question. Do you understand? I know people that are trading with a lot of money. I have friends that are trading with a lot of capital, and they have a huge amount of USDT in the gas fee. So that's why I came up with somebody have asked me these questions anyway. So that's why I'm asking to be able to find a
Yeah, I
solution to that.
understand you, and
Okay.
we are saying the same thing. Let's say you reach. Okay, so for example, you recharge your MTN and they decide that they are not offering their service again. They are not going to give you a refund. I'm just saying. And how much huge? I don't think their amount should be more than $1,000 in their gas fees. But I believe what I know is for a fact that RoyalQ is very, 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 very open. Like they are so transparent. And I believe that even though it gets to the part where they say, okay, we will not be offering our service anymore, I believe that they will give room for us to withdraw our gas fee. I believe that for 100%. I believe that they will give room for us to collect what is ours in their what's it called, in their app. That's what I think.
Okay, so Leader Temitope, please, like I always say, that we should try as much. Like me now, anytime I know I will be handling Zoom, I always recharge my Airtel daily. I think it's 1 gig for Airtel is like 500 naira. Anytime I know that it's my turn to handle Zoom, I make sure I recharge. I have data on both MTN and Airtel. So anyone that messes up, I will just switch. Because it will not be funny that we have in a prospect meeting, you are talking and people are not hearing you. So I believe we will not. That's why we have co-hosts. So I don't know, Leader Florence. Anytime the Temitope network is disturbing, at least you should just continue doing the presentation. You understand? And me, this okay, I think it's not something we'll talk here. Okay, so is there any other question? Leader Temitope, you are raising up your hand. Do you want to speak?
Before you speak, nobody's discrediting your work. Okay, I always applaud you every time. So don't see it like anyone is discrediting your work. It's not your fault. For the network, But yeah, we always appreciate you. You are an amazing presenter. In fact, we are giving you your flowers. Don't see it as anything. People are just concerned about their prospects, people that they are bringing.
Good evening, everyone. Addition to that, I will have to say, if any prospect is really, is willing, is really want to change, like wants to know more about this business, regardless of anything, he wants to give it a second thought, right? So I think a prospect that is not willing, that is maybe all those posing scheme mentality prospects, they're always fond of doing that. They don't want to give something a trial, so they easily want to just easily kind of fade away just like that because of a little glitch of network, which is a normal thing. It does happen. every time, right? We understand that. But that should not make it sound as if probably because they are prospect, they will just want us feel that because the network has a glitch, then because of that, they will now take it like as if is they won't have to attend the prospect meeting again. It doesn't, as in the person is, if the person is willing to actually learn more about this business, a business that is genuine, a futuristic business. Come on, that's all I have to say.
Also, I'd like to add to that that, if that happens in such cases, we have amazing other recorded presentation on our YouTube. You can just forward it to them. Okay.
Of course,
That's an alternative.
Yeah, so thank you very much for that. Thank you, amazing, Leader Peter, for that. I think that's it. If the person was meant for the royalty business, the person won't turn down. The person was not meant to be part of the royalty. If it was the person, and I think for the area of network, I think the last time I had a network issue was that was this Tuesday, and before now, do you know intentionally I had to go and get a new brand fund for this business of a thing. I had to get a new what do you call it, mouthpiece, because the usher said she always complained that you can't hear my voice. I had to get, I think, with the Florence, you can tell me with her, where I went to go and get every item I needed new. And I think since that time, I never had network glitches apart from yesterday, on Tuesday when my network was, my Bluetooth was connected to my earphone and I was with mouthpiece. That was when I had that issue. So I felt that should not be the cause for impression, telecom, something, something, something. And then you
Mhm.
asked a question about the RoyalQ something. You wrote a very long answer. RoyalQ is directly for is a China is I think it's from China, yeah, China. That it was everything was done in China, but they are registered under the US, but their headquarter is in Singapore. So everything that is concerning them is here. They are
Hello.
registered under US. I sent in some information that you can, if you go to, is a full detailed information. I could not screenshot that now, but just screenshot and see it. So it's a safe platform. They are transparent as much as you can imagine. Very, very transparent. Now, amazing is that they are not. It's not only Royal keyboards we have. There are other There are other boats that are also, but Royal happens to be the one that stand out best because of why? Because of their system and because of how they keep improving, improving, improving. And then amazing is that the cryptocurrency business, whether you like it or not, is a business that needs algorithm. It's a compulsory thing. If you must make good money with cryptocurrency, you must have a system like reality. If you check in a lot of materials, you will see very well that even those people who make a lot of money, they use this AI system. So it's a necessity. And then you talk about the referral of whether it was compulsory. It's not compulsory, it's optional. But for anything to grow, it is compulsory that people have to be involved. Even Jesus Christ, our Lord and personal Savior, had to recruit 12 disciples in order to preach the gospel. There's no business anybody is doing. You cannot live life alone. Imagine if you know everything on this earth and it's fully that is consuming it. So it is meant to be shared. People should know about it. That's what makes life beautiful. It's not about royalty. It's that's the way life is designed. Somebody gave birth so that you could give birth to another person. Imagine the person said, I will give birth. So how will you get the next? So it's not about referral. If you understand business and understand life, you will know that it's part of life. Even Jesus Christ gave one, he gave the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
So you
Leader
know how many.
Temitope, your voice is really low.
Okay. I'm
So
using the
I think it's almost 9:43. Your voice is really low, so uh, I don't know if we have any other question before we call it a day. So what Leader Timidope was saying is that RoyalQ is genuine, and we have been using it for 5 years. So it's not your Ponzi scheme that you deposit your capital. So I don't know those trading putting huge gas fees. I think if you put huge gas fees, your robots. I know what we used to do. What we used to do, as far you have more than $2 in your RoyalQ, if robot says, even if your gas fee, the robot is to deduct $1,000, what you will see there will be minus 998. RoyalQ will still say, then you fund. So RoyalQ is not even if you are trading with $1 million in your Binance, you should not put plenty money in your RoyalQ. That was what caused the issue. RoyalQ was saying people were doing money laundering. RoyalQ, as far as you have more than $2 in your RoyalQ account, if you make profits and RoyalQ is to debit you gas fees, it will be on negative. Then you fund and they will clear the account. So please, you can, Ernest, you can talk to the person that you said is putting huge money in RoyalQ. Please, the person can leave like $500 there, take orders out. If you make profits and your gas fee, it requires huge gas fees, RoyalQ will not stop your trade. Your highest, your balance, your access fee will be in minus. Then the person can fund. So thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you
All right.
once again.
Thank you so much, that. Okay.
All right. Good evening. I see that the discussion about the registration, and I see a lot of concern that Mr. Ernest was actually having. So, in addition to what everybody was saying and all the leaders in the house were saying, so you as a business person and you are having a huge capital, and then probably I understand that you have like your slippage, which is your gas fee on RoyalQ, and it's huge there, and you are feeling concerned. So the business is actually registered, and it's registered under the United States in California. And there is a lot of ways that you can verify a business credibility. So if you need more info on it, if you're already in our group, you can DM any of the leader, even including myself. There are ways, and you can also do your research. There are ways you can verify a company. They have the business registration number, so you can authentify this to know that this is really credible and all of it. So about RoyalQ is 100% registered under the United States bylaws. So you can go and verify that. And they have their headquarters in Malta, also in what's it called? Other offices, headquarter offices, also in Taiwan and all of it.
All right, thank you so much, our leader, Abiola. That is our leader that is handling technical analysis. So I just want to briefly say, right, as per the gas fee and all, I had somebody in my team back in 2021. I think he's on this call, Booker. I believe once I finish, you just please briefly unmute yourself and just attest to that. He's not my direct downline, but he was in my team. His upline is no longer in the business, and he activated his RoyalQ. I think he used it way back in 2021, but he came back in 2025. I don't know if I'm mistaken, but is it this year or last year, ending of last year? I can't remember. But when he came back, I think he was able to see, he had gas fees of $10. So from 2021 or 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, that is gas fee was still there. RoyalQ is very transparent. They are not interested in anything. They make their own money. They make their own profits, so they are not interested. I don't know if Mr. Booker can unmute himself and attest to that. When you wanted to activate or reactivate your robot, I believe that you saw a balance. Your gas fees were intact. I think you had $10 also there. I believe I'm correct. Booker, are you there? Mr. Booker? Okay, I don't think he's here. I don't think he's listening to. I don't think he's here. All right.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Oh, wait, as you said, I joined this our business 2021.
Yes.
When I joined, I don't have much idea about the business. So later I left. So sometimes last year around November, I contacted my offline. So he said he's no longer in the business, but he will connect me with you. So me too, I was surprised when I screenshot and sent it to you. I said this thing, this gas fee. I didn't even know it's a gas fee because I don't have much idea. And you are the one that was telling me this is a gas fee when you left 2021. So I was surprised. Honestly speaking, I was surprised. All this information, I just, you even asked me if I could remember my username and password, which I
Mhm.
did. The moment I just insert everything, I just have access to everything.
Yeah.
I was surprised, to be sincere.
How much
So
how much
all
did
this,
you meet inside your gas fee?
was it 10, I could remember 10.
Yeah. All right.
It was 10 USDT.
Okay.
So
So I just
for
wanted.
almost 4 years or 5 years, the thing
Mhm.
is just there waiting for me.
Yeah. All right. Thank you
Mm.
so much. Just wanted to address that part. And to clarify that RoyalQ makes their own money and they are very transparent. That
Don't
is
go
one
there,
thing
let
I
me
know.
book her. Don't go
They
there,
are
sir.
very, very transparent. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Tomorrow we'll be having our Zoom. We have technical analysis tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Please let us show up, let us keep learning. RoyalQ is not going anywhere. A lot of people will come, a lot of people will go, but RoyalQ is not going anywhere. They will continue to improve their app, bring us more amazing updates so that we can win trades. But RoyalQ is here to stay. This year is going to make it the 5th year, and we will see 10, we will see 20. RoyalQ is not going anywhere as long as cryptocurrency exists. So it's better to keep updating yourself. So RoyalQ forever. Bye, everybody. Have an amazing night, and we'll see you tomorrow. The recordings will be out. You can refresh your memory. Good night. Make sure that you practice the MACD strategy. Make sure you have a peculiar strategy that works for you. Some people, they're risk takers. They will tell you, oh, I prefer the hit and run. So just make sure that you try and use all strategies so that you can get the one that works for you. If you're a risk taker, you can go towards hit and run. But if you are not, if you like minimal risks, use the MACD. It's really, really nice. It saves you a lot of stress. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye and good night.